Hello everyone, welcome to Current Affairs MCQs program. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, consider the following statements regarding madrasas in India. 1. Rajasthan has the largest share of madrasas in the country. 2. Madrasa Darse-Nizami is required to adhere to the state school education curriculum. 3. Madrasa Darse-Alia is affiliated with state madrasa education boards. How many of the above statements is or are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none? The correct answer is option A, only one. Number of madrasas in India. As of 2018-19, India had a total of 24,010 madrasas, of which 19,132 were recognized, while 4,878 remain unrecognized. Uttar Pradesh has the largest share of madrasas in the country with 11,621 recognized and 2,907 unrecognized institutions, representing 60% of India's total madrasas. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Rajasthan had the second highest number of madrasas with 2,464 recognized and 29 unrecognized. Categories of madrasas in India. Madrasa Darse-Nizami. These operate as public charitable institutions and are not required to adhere to the state school education curriculum. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. And Madrasa Darse-Alia. These are affiliated with state madrasa education boards such as the Uttar Pradesh Board of Madrasa Education. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Now, let's begin today's episode. First question is, consider the following statements related to the Telecommunications Act 2023. 1. It expands the definition of public entities to include government agencies, local bodies, and PPP projects. 2. It allows the government to stop the transmission of any message in the interest of public safety and during a public emergency. 3. Under this, the Universal Service Obligation Fund will be renamed Digital Bharat Nidhi. How many of the above statements is or are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none? The correct answer is option C, all three. The Telecommunications Act 2023 introduces significant reforms. The Act expands the definition of public entities to include government agencies, local bodies, and public-private partnership projects, which helps clarify the regulatory framework and improve infrastructure development. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It grants the government the authority to stop the transmission of any message in the interest of public safety and during a public emergency, thereby enhancing national security measures and enabling timely government intervention in critical situations. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Also, the Universal Service Obligation Fund will be rebranded as Digital Bharat Nidhi under this act, signifying a broader focus that not only supports telecom services in rural areas but also allocates funds for research and development initiatives. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements. 1. The Five Eyes is a comprehensive economic alliance of 5 nations. 2. It comprises nations including Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and the US. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. The Five Eyes is an intelligence alliance comprising nations including Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and the US. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. These countries are parties to the multilateral UK-USA agreement, a treaty for joint cooperation in signals intelligence. Hence, statement 2 is correct. These partner nations exchange a wide spectrum of intelligence within one of the world's most tightly knit multilateral agreements as part of the collaboration. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question, with reference to the Strengthening Teaching, Learning and Results for States or STARS project, consider the following statements. 1. Approved in 2020, it is a centrally sponsored scheme under the Ministry of Education. 2. The project became effective in 2021 and is being implemented for a period of 5 years ending in financial year 2024-25. 3. It is a component of the Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, specifically focusing on aspects of the scheme that directly enhance higher education. How many of the above statements is or are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none? The correct answer is option B, only two. Approved in 2020, the STARS project is a centrally sponsored scheme under the Department of School Education and Literacy, Ministry of Education. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The STARS project became effective in February 2021 and is being implemented for a period of 5 years ending in financial year 2024-25. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It is a component of Samagra Shiksha, specifically focusing on aspects of the scheme that directly enhance school education. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following pairs, terms and meaning. 1. Greenwashing, showcasing one green practice to distract from others. 2. Green shifting, blaming consumers for sustainability choices. 3. Green lighting, misleadingly marketing products as eco-friendly. Which of the pairs given above is or are correctly matched? 2 only, 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option A, 2 only. Greenwashing. This refers to the misleading promotion of products or policies as environmentally friendly, often exaggerating their benefits while concealing the actual or negligible environmental impact. Hence, pair 1 is not correctly matched. Green shifting. This strategy shifts responsibility to consumers by emphasizing their choices instead of a company's own sustainability initiatives, diverting attention from the corporation's environmental duties. Hence, pair 2 is correctly matched. Green lighting. This involves highlighting a specific environmentally friendly aspect of a company's operations to distract from less sustainable practices in other areas of the business. Hence, pair 3 is not correctly matched. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following points. 1. Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement established the framework for reciprocal logistical support between the two militaries. 2. The Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement aims to facilitate interoperability between militaries and sale of high-end technology. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement or LEMOA established the framework for reciprocal logistical support between the two militaries. Hence, statement 1 is correct. LEMOA is a facilitating agreement that establishes basic terms, conditions, and procedures for reciprocal provision of logistic support, supplies, and services between the armed forces of India and the United States. The Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement pertains to geospatial intelligence and sharing information on maps and satellite images for defense. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. The Communications Compatibility and Security Agreement is one of the 4 foundational agreements that the US signs with allies and close partners to facilitate interoperability between militaries and sale of high-end technology. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements related to the President's rule under Article 356. 1. It is based on provisions laid out in the Government of India Act 1935. 2. Parliamentary approval is mandatory for the imposition of President's rule. 3. The 42nd Amendment to the Constitution in 1976 introduced restrictions on extending the President's rule beyond 1 year. How many of the above statements is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, or none? The correct answer is option B, only 2. According to Article 356, the President's rule can be imposed on any state of India on the grounds of the failure of the constitutional machinery. It is based on Section 93 of the Government of India Act 1935. Hence, statement 1 is correct. During the President's rule, the state government is suspended and the central government directly administers the state through the governor. Parliamentary approval is necessary for imposing the President's rule, and it should be approved in both houses of Parliament within 2 months through a simple majority. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Initially, the President's rule is for 6 months and can be extended for up to 3 years with parliamentary approval every 6 months. The 44th Amendment to the Constitution introduced constraints on extending the President's rule beyond 1 year, allowing extension only in case of a national emergency or if the election commission certifies the necessity due to difficulties in conducting state assembly elections. Hence statement 3 is not correct, hence option B is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements. 1. Abhidhamma Divas commemorates the descent of Lord Buddha from the celestial realm of the 33 divine beings to Sankasya. 2. Abhidhamma Divas coincides with the end of the rainy retreat and the Pavrana festival. 3. Pavrana festival is celebrated on the full moon day of the 11th lunar month, which always falls on 26th January. How many of the above statements is or are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none? The correct answer is option B, only two. Abhidhamma Divas commemorates the descent of Lord Buddha from the celestial realm of 33 divine beings to Sankasya in Uttar Pradesh. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Abhidhamma Divas coincides with the end of the rainy retreat and the Pavrana festival. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Pavrana festival is celebrated on the full moon day of the 11th lunar month, which is usually in October. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements. 1. Mpox, also known as Monkeypox, is caused by the RNA virus. 2. Vaccine to prevent the impact of Mpox is available. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Mpox, also known as monkeypox, is a DNA virus. It belongs to the family Poxviridae, which consists of large double-stranded DNA viruses. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. DNA viruses contain deoxyribonucleic acid and typically replicate in the host nucleus, making them more stable and less prone to mutations. In contrast, RNA viruses have ribonucleic acid, replicate in the cytoplasm, and generally exhibit higher mutation rates. Mpox is primarily transmitted to humans from animals, particularly rodents and primates, through direct contact or through contaminated objects. While a vaccine for Mpox exists, its availability and effectiveness are limited, highlighting the need for improved prevention and control measures. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements. 1. Minimum support price is based on the recommendations of the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. 2. MSP is recommended for 22 mandated crops and fair and remunerative price for sugarcane. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. MSP, that is minimum support price, is based on the recommendations of the Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices, which considers various factors such as cost of production, demand and supply, market price trends, intercrop price parity, etc. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, chaired by the Prime Minister of India, takes the final decision on the level of MSPs. The CACP recommends MSPs for 22 mandated crops and FRP for sugarcane. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The mandated crops include 14 crops of the Kharif season, 6 Rabi crops, and 2 other commercial crops. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Last question, consider the following statements related to fungi. 1. They are eukaryotic non-phototrophic organisms. 2. They have a unique cell wall composed of chitin. 3. They reproduced only through asexual means. How many of the above statements is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, or none? The correct answer is option B, only 2. Fungi is a group of eukaryotic non-phototrophic organisms with rigid cell walls. It includes mushrooms, molds, and yeast. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Fungi are heterotrophic, meaning they obtain nutrients by absorbing organic matter from their environment. Fungi have a unique cell wall composed of chitin, which is a defining feature of the fungal kingdom. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Fungi typically grow as mycelium, a network of filamentous structures called hyphae. Fungi reproduce through both asexual and sexual means, often utilizing spores. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Fungi are known for forming symbiotic relationships with other organisms, such as mycorrhizal associations with plants. Some fungi also form lichens in association with algae. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Now moving on to practice question. Consider the following pairs: Nobel laureates and field of Nobel Prize. 1. Hargobind Khorana, Structure and Function of Ribosomes. 2. Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, Structure and Evolution of Stars. 3. Venkataraman Ramakrishnan, Genetic Code and Protein Synthesis. How many of the above pairs are correctly matched? Only one, only two, all three, or none? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Thanks for watching. For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.